I'll draw an analogy between Brazil, Indonesia, and Pakistan. So let me start with Brazil first. A country with population more than 200 million. In 2013, a bank came, Nubank, and it so happened that the bank not only disrupted the country, but disrupted the entire world. Today, it is known as the best digital bank in the world with 89 million customers. The largest bank in the country is Itaú Banca with $350 billion in assets, and it has 60 million customers. And the bank operates on 40% cost to income ratio with 95,000 employees, 4,500 branches. This bank was founded in 1924, right? The new bank emerged in 2013, 89 million customers today, $45 billion in assets. And it operates at 18.5% cost to income ratio. It has 6,500 employees. How this bank became the fourth largest bank? Being best bank is one, but this is now the fourth largest bank in the country, right? And the fundamental is Nubank got the opportunity to build from ground up. Again, not for technology, right? So they capitalize on what tech has to offer and did not rely on brick and mortar. Now, I will then move into operating cost that this bank has, which gives this bank the opportunity to offer lower fees, give higher margins to customers, give better quality of service because it's less driven by the physical infrastructure where there are variables which are beyond your control. Now look at this Brazil as a market, and then you will see that it was all about timing and making sure whatever gaps that the customers were facing and the traditional banks were unable to fill because of the legacy and their ability to deliver on the same tech competencies that Nubank had. There are segments in the country, be it financially excluded, mass market, affluent, there are segments who still deal with cash and not part of the banking fold. So the cash in circulation in Pakistan is 36%. And our neighbors, Bangladesh and India, they are somewhere between 17 to 18%. So clearly there is a huge divide in the way cash is being utilized in our country. Now the reason I've talked about cash in circulation is the fact that we look at this as an opportunity. If you look at wholesale and retail, their contribution to the GDP is largest, which is close to 21%. However, their deposits in the bank is less than 5%. And this is largely micro SMEs and SMEs that we see in the country. When we come to women, because of our culture, women are not expressive to a large degree, and I'm talking about masses. Gladly, in the urban sector, we see that this has changed to a large degree, but in the masses, we still see that they have their fears of dealing with branch or bank staff or expressing their financial services needs. And this is the barrier that digital will help us solve. Because digital technically brings the hyper-personalization capability. And that hyper-personalization ability in digital is something that we want to reach out to these women. First question is, how are we going to connect with our customers emotionally? And then this part, let me actually divide it further into 3 sections. People on the other side of the technology who are building products also realize that human touch is very important. That there are capabilities using which we can capture human emotions, and they are technically called behavioral biometrics. When we are bringing such interactions where there are, our staff or our service staff can actually look at the customer, capture their emotions, and then respond accordingly, just so that they are empathizing of what the customer is going through. Clearly, for digital banks, how will people cash in and cash out, right? How will people provide their biometric, which is fundamental to giving access to a bank account? I know there are technologies that allow biometric, but let me just first talk about cash in, cash out. Clearly, we do not have a network of touch points for customers to do cash in, cash out. The first operational challenge is, will the banking industry be open to provide this service to digital banks? The second challenge is, and when I said banking, I also included branchless banking agents, right? The second question is, how will this cash in, cash out facility be standardized across the, if one digital bank cracks a better deal with the industry, they will offer a lower fees. But today, the fees that are being charged, and now, as I understand, cash in, cash out is coupled by another biometric, which again means that the cost of transaction will be fundamentally high. So that is something that I believe is an operational challenge. We are still contemplating different areas and partnerships where we can leverage this. The biometric, on the other hand, while there are technical capabilities of making use of camera on the phone to do your biometric, our people are not used to this. They are used to giving biometric on a device which is placed on a table. Now, it may seem trivial to put your hand, but it doesn't come naturally. The biometric success rate of, on a mobile camera is 60%. Not the technology. Technology is probably 95 or 97%. It's the experience where customers keep faltering. As much as we are a large population and there are IT skilled labor available in the country, as per State Bank, only 10% are employable. High quality skilled labor is either working overseas or working for overseas clients. And there is no way that an enterprise, from a salary and remuneration point of view, can match the economy that the foreign enterprise offers to likes of freelancers and small companies or individuals who are operating from Pakistan. The other challenge with skilled labor, the IT skilled labor, is most of them are doing at least 2 jobs. Even when they're working for an enterprise, they're on the side doing freelancing or something, and it may sound unethical that there are people working for 2 jobs. The way situation is, everyone wants to get maximum out of their time to make their ends meet. The third challenge that I see is lack of standards for open banking. In the market today, we see that there are several integrated solutions and products available to customers. However, all of these open banking examples that we see in the country are based on specific integration formats that the 2 parties agreed, right? But it does not suffice for building an ecosystem. And the challenge is, the more custom built specific integrations exist in the ecosystem, it will only hamper and impact the quality of service and customer experience. For us to have open banking flourishing in the country, we need those guidelines and standards, just like Europe PSD2.